Round 5 of the IP Tas Championship was back at Bulk Nutrients Baskerville Raceway. This meeting was also round 3 of the IP Club Championship. There's lots to go over, so we'll jump straight into the news and qualifying. Kyle Smith had jumped on board as the round sponsor with his business Infinite Electrical. He had fixed the gearbox from Simmons Plains and was hoping a revised diff ratio in the 1200 sedan would help him challenge Mackenzie for under 2 litre honours. Steve Bousted blew a head gasket on the Friday practice day in his Mark II Escort. Tony Martin broke the oil pump in his Commodore on the Friday and he was also out for the weekend. Shane Bond was back with new brakes on the Datsun 1200, keen to get his lap record back from Jason House, who had reset the benchmark to a 56.18 back at round 3. There were also several new cars and competitors this weekend. Hayden Lovell debuted his SS Commodore that he had bought from the mainland. No points for guessing which mainland state this GM V8 came from. Matt Howe was running as invited in his BMW 135 due to no restrictor. However, he had leaky injectors and would be out for the weekend after qualifying. Ryan Dunsmuir had his new BMW M2 running in 2 classes this weekend, so he didn't have the restrictor fitted and was running as invited. He could also only race on the Saturday. There were also 2 new competitors with boxer 4-cylinder cars debuting, Lino Taglieri in his WRX, and teenager John Madigan in his very unique Alpha Sud. Qualifying got underway just after a light shower, with the Group N historic touring cars being combined with the IP cars. Competitors were trying to find grip in the tricky conditions, with several competitors being caught out, the front-wheel drive cars particularly struggling to get heat into their rear tyres. Unfortunately, around 2/3 into the session, Ayrton Richardson and Lino Taglieri came together, ripping the front wheel from the WRX, ending Taglieri's weekend and bringing a temporary halt to qualifying. Richardson didn't make it back out for the restarted session and found himself further down the order than he would have liked. Qualifying got back underway shortly afterwards, with the track now much drier and every competitor going much quicker than they had earlier in the session. Shane Bond set the pace with a 57.89, 3/10 clear of Jason House and nearly 4 seconds quicker than Lee Forrest. Anthony Mackenzie was quickest in under 2 litre with a 60.29, just 3.5 quicker than Kyle Smith, with Leon Duggan a further 9 seconds back in the tricky conditions. On lap 2, House lowered his lap record by a couple of hundredths to a 56.14. Then 2 laps later, Bond went one better to reclaim the lap record with a 56.0298. Here is that lap. Towards the end of the race, Jacob Walsh's RX-7 started to smoke, the gearbox on its way out, while Anthony Mackenzie got within 2/10 of Gavin Reynolds' 2012 under 2 litre lap record. Race 2 was the last race of the day, with the track slightly damp and super cold in places, following some afternoon hail. At the end of lap 1, Bond had gearbox issues which put him out for the rest of the weekend. the end of lap 2, Walsh's gearbox gave up and like Bond was also out for the rest of the weekend. After getting into second, Richardson's Corolla developed a misfire, a problem that would persist throughout the rest of the weekend. Mackenzie went quicker, but not quite quick enough. This time he got within 2/100ths of the under 2 litre lap record. While under 2 litre points leader, Leon Duggan continued to finish and pick up points, adding to his championship tally. Richardson still led the Overs Championship, but he needed to keep finishing close to Jason House to maintain a decent points buffer going into the final round at Symmons Plains. Stay tuned for more IP Tas action with coverage of races 3, 4 and 5 on the Sunday to follow shortly.